What is happening? How's everybody doing tonight? Um, got a hold. I got an email one day, and y'all know I got the radio station going on, and I got an email from Mick Sweda, the Hot Summers, and I was like, no, you never believe that. You kind of banter back and forth, but after a couple emails, I realized, okay, this is Mick Sweda. So I told him, I said, dude, he's like, you want to, just in case you want to play music on the station or whatever. I'm like, dude, it's already on there. I've already got it loaded. I've already seen you guys at Monsters on the Mountain. So the Hot Summers was not anything new to me. I'm already pushing them. I already dig them. So it was like really cool for him to reach out. And he's like, if you need anything, hit me up. I was like, hey, want to do an interview? Bam. I got him here tonight. So without any more hesitation, let's bring on the one, the only, the man himself, Mick Sweda.
Hey guys,
what's happening, brother? How we doing tonight?
You are. Thanks for having me on. It's really cool.
Thank you so much for doing it, man. I appreciate it. You got a busy schedule. How's life treating you anyway?
Oh man, everything's been good. I've been spending some time with the family after getting this record done, and kind of enjoying relaxing around the house and getting some things done around here. That'd be nice.
Hell yeah, you're a busy man. You're not just doing the Hot Summers. You've got your hand in other things like producing and stuff like that, don't you?
Absolutely, yeah. In fact, I started another project today, so we'll see how that goes and how long it takes to get out.
We never have enough projects, do we?
That's right.
Just when we start to sit back and relax for a second, bam, we take something else on, and everybody around us is going, what are you doing now? So let's talk first about the Hot Summers. When did this idea for this band come about? Was it around 2015, I think I read somewhere?
Wow, I think you're spot on with that. Yeah, Jimmy and Jimmy DeAnda from Bulletboys, started working on some material, and we got a number of songs done. And then we thought, we need a voice for this material, and sure enough, Shane came around almost immediately, and we bonded pretty well, and we had a lot in common, and things were going in a great direction. And Jimmy decided he wanted to go off and do his own thing. So over the years, Shane and I have come together and taken a break, come together. So the project took a while to actually coalesce, but it's done now, and we're really, really happy with it.
Very happy with it. I mean, I found it. I was driving home today trying to figure out how I found it. I don't understand. I don't remember how it came about that I found the Hot Summer. It might have been during COVID when there was really nothing to do and we were on the internet like crazy, just checking out and trying to find things. But I remember, and saying, okay, Mick Sweda's with this. And immediately I'm thinking King Kobra, Bulletboys, Lies, Deceit, Treachery. I'm thinking, okay, in that vein. And it isn't, man. It is like new, fresh. To me, it's got like a 70s vibe, meets hard rock, it just was different, and it was something I didn't know I needed to hear until I and it's funny how that happens.
That's a great way of putting it, actually. I like that. You didn't think you needed to hear it until you do.
Right.
You're right about the 70s influence. I mean, Shane and I are both there full blown, and I've always been a power pop guy. I've never really made any bones about it. You can see little snippets of it in Bulletboys. Even going back to the second King Kobra record, you can hear those influences of mine. So it took a while for me to get around to it, even when, in the 90s when I was doing my Brainstem Babies, and, it was still harder rock and more reminiscent of what you'd expect from me. So it took a while for me to, come around to getting the power pop influences out, and there they are.
Right. And it's like, you probably didn't know how it would be received. You didn't know, okay, people, they love to put artists in a box. This is what you're allowed to do. I will only allow this from you. But it's kind of cool when you guys come out of the box and do your thing. And it's like, wow, there's a different side to this guy. And and this side, I dig it. I mean, I really really dig the Hot Summers. You did your first show at Monsters on the Mountain,
Right.
and
Yeah.
that was one I had to see. And it was a late decision for me to go to Monsters on the Mountain, but I was like, the Hot Summers are there. Never know when I'm going to see them again. You just never know. And oh my god, that was a good show.
Well, I'm glad you were there. And I know it might have been a late decision, but you had to get up early to see it. I know that.
Yes.
But we had a great time, and it was fun to get out and play this material that we've been in the studio with for so long. So that was great. We had a good time, and we're looking forward to getting out even more.
I was right there. You guys look like you. Shane has got the voice. I mean, and just was nailing it. You look like you were just happy as hell to be there. Like finally getting this thing going, finally getting it on the stage for people to see, and you just looked so thrilled.
Yeah, it was nice. And what you said about getting the record out, there is sort of a conflicting thing going on, because of course, it doesn't really matter to me what anybody says about it, because this is just what I want to do, and that's really the first parameter that you need to uphold.
Right.
But at the same time, there is an element of like, oh my god, what if everybody just hates it? So
Right.
you never do know, because like you said, people expect something else from me perhaps. So but the reception's been great, and I've been really pleased with how people are taking it.
Now, didn't Shane, you said you and Shane have been, kind of in cahoots for a while and stuff like that. Wasn't he with Lies, Deceit, and Treachery first?
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely.
That's what I thought. I wasn't sure, but
Yeah.
I thought he was with Lies. And I remember just that was a fantastic band too. Oh my god, it's like anything you touch is great. I
Oh,
mean,
thank you. That was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun. It was nice to play that material and hear it sung, with the original vibrancy and the original range. And I loved playing with Jimmy and Lonnie, so it was a really fun thing for us to do.
right, and it's evident you love playing with Jimmy and Lonnie, because there was another last minute decision I did, and that was go to M3 in 2021.
Oh wow, yeah.
And I was like, there's two bands I got to see. I've got to see Accept, and we don't know how long this little thing's going to continue. A lot of us were sitting there thinking this is not going to last long. This
Are they even
can't.
going to get on stage today? Yeah, exactly.
Right. And I'm like, we got to see it. And it was a great show, unbelievable show. Glad I got to see one of the final ones. And it was just like, and then, everything, we knew what was going to happen.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
every, and I'm pretty sure it's just.
Yeah, that part of it's never fun, but the shows are. We had a great
Right.
time. The few shows we did get to play, and I was really looking forward to going out and having a fun summer, a summer to get back at 2020 and all
Right.
the mess that was. But yeah, it wasn't to be, and like I've always said, by the time that stuff rolls around and the nastiness starts flying, it's like, okay, I'm going to be glad to be out of it. So
Right. And
there's an element of relief.
you said that before. You said when you walked out the door, you're like,
Oh,
I was so relieved. Every time I left that band, I got more relieved. And it's just
I
like,
know.
and us fans, we do scream for, hey, we need to have the original lineup back. But it's not healthy sometimes. Skid Row, they don't want to go back with Bach because it's unhealthy. And
Yeah.
staying with the kids, staying in a marriage because of the kids, it's not healthy.
And
And
anybody that's in a band knows what I'm talking about. Even the best of bands are going to have disagreements. It's just a matter of how, vehement they get. And it's just a natural part of, like you said, marriage, relationships, anything. You know, it's
Right.
just you always wish they could go smoother. You always wish you could do something to make it better, and sometimes you just can't.
Right. And that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
But now it's like you're back, you're happier, you're the stage presence, like I said at Monsters on the Mount, was like, this is this is where I need to be.
Yeah, it's my thing. I feel very comfortable there, and we're hoping that we can just keep pushing, and get in front of more and more people. So
Right. Any plans to tour more?
yeah,
I
we have
mean,
plans, but we have to put them in place. So there aren't any dates to speak of at this moment, but that's what we're working on.
because I know it's hard, we all have lives now. We have families, you're not coming at the end of your career, but you're kind of set. You don't need to do the 165 date
Yeah,
tours anymore. I mean, you don't need to do that.
yeah,
And you put little runs together here and there, and if they work out and they can mesh, then why not? But it's and you got your hands in all kinds of other stuff. So when we see the dates, it's like go to the show because you might put five together, but who knows what's going to happen again.
yeah. We'll stay in touch with us on Facebook and Instagram and all those lovely things, and we'll keep everybody apprised. And if anybody needs any information, just reach out to us. We're happy to get back.
Oh yeah, I mean it's everybody's got to check this band out. I really think because if like I said, if you're expecting something Bullet Boys related or King Cobra related, this is such a fresh, different kind of thing. It really is. It's good. Roll your windows down. If you got a top, put the top down and just roll with the wind in your hair. It's a summer vibe, and it's right in the name. It's a summer vibe.
Dude, I'm gonna start quoting you. You're giving me some great ideas.
It's quoting me. No, don't quote me. I'm terrible. But it's it. So okay, we'll go with King Cobra now. Any plans? Because there is a lot of people doing reunions. Is there
Yeah.
anything remotely possible with King Cobra?
Not for me.
Right.
In fact, Carmine's been I think Carmine's been having some issues lately because he went on a run of interviews where he was really slagging us, meaning Bullet Boys, saying things like
Ah,
he wrote the songs for the first album and that we really jacked him up when we split the band and took all the songs. And I called him up and I said, Carmine, what are you talking about? Why are you saying all this stuff? None of that's true. He was going on and on about me taking a gold record up to his house at a party or something. Went on to say that I did that because I felt bad about everything that we'd done. When in
right,
actuality, I was just being respectful and appreciative of the start that I had with him.
right.
So anyway, I don't know what's going on with Carmine, but he's revising history to a point where it's doesn't resemble anything like what actually happened.
Right.
So with that and the idea that Marcy isn't going to be part of it, yeah, there isn't much there to do. So
Right. It wouldn't be
unfortunately,
it wouldn't be wise or it wouldn't be really a good thing to just do it with one guy or
yeah.
two guys.
Well, I mean, and that's Carmine's thing. I mean, if he
Right.
could pull it off and get the money with just him, he would do that too. In
Right.
fact, I think he may be doing that.
Really.
So yeah, it's a ship that has sailed.
And it was a
Unfortunately, I know people would like to see us. I mean, we could probably go to South America and do, gangbusters, but
right.
well,
Yeah, you're having fun doing the hot summers right
oh
now. You're
yeah.
having fun, and like I said, oh man, Shane is so. How did you find him in the first place?
Well, it's funny. He met us, I think, at an in store somewhere in Illinois where he lived at one point years ago, right?
Mm,
And when Jimmy and I were looking for a singer, we just put an ad in. I'm not even sure where it was, but he answered it and came in, and I knew within 10 minutes that he was our guy. And
Right.
we had so much in common, and it was so easy, and everything flowed. And I'll never forget the first track that I sent him to sing. When I got it back, I was like, oh my God. I mean, I could feel my eyes welling up. It was so good. So yeah, it was a real easy choice. And like I said, we get along famously. We're like brothers. So
Yeah.
it's a lot different than what I'm accustomed to in bands.
It's a lot different. I could, exactly. I feel you on that one. And we've all read the freaking shit. We all know what happens. And it's
Yeah.
like, when you got, okay, it'd be different if it was one guy walking out the door, but when three guys walk out the door at the same time, it's somebody else and not the three guys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what this douchebag says. It is what these three say. And,
That's easy math. Just that's my
easy
kind.
man. And I respect you, Deanna. Deanna's such a fantastic human being, and Lonnie is a great guy. So, to sit there and even think you guys deserve better. When you were doing the lies, deceit, and treachery thing, I caught that on Monsters of the Rock Cruise. You played it was before the ship set sail, so everybody was bored, and we all looked and we're like, "Oh wow, okay, they're playing." So the place was packed because there
Oh
was
yeah, people were
nobody else
still
playing.
getting on, right? Yeah.
Yeah, we went and dropped our luggage and ran over to the Royal, and we're like, "We got to catch this show." And I'm like, "Dude," I'm telling people, "You got to catch this show." And, at that point, there was, people still don't know. I mean, not everybody knows every band, and
Yeah.
I'm like, "They do all Bullet Boy shit, man. Let's go." And that was such a great show too. And it was like you guys were having fun and this and that. It was one of them, where I caught it and I'm like, wow, I've got to see these guys again because the chemistry was all there. You were all
Yeah.
having fun, and Freeman's voice is spectacular, and we all know that. But Freeman can be something himself too. It's like it's kind of like a lead singer syndrome sometimes, Some guys just have this thing, and I don't know.
Yeah,
But
it's hard to imagine. It's hard to imagine, but it's there, huh?
Shane don't have it. Shane got
Yeah,
looked over. And
I haven't seen it, and I don't expect to. So that's the good news.
He's a good guy. He
Yeah.
really, comes off really personable. Saw him wandering around the mountain, and it was like really good guy. I was, really happy to things are starting to gel with this band. And
Yeah.
now
It's fun.
I know Jimmy was on the record and somebody else playing drums and then another bass player. Is there any plans on who you would have do the drumming and the bass?
No, actually, we're still looking for the right drummer at this point, and getting ready to audition a couple of people. But other than that, we're set. We like our bass player Brian Kimes. He's a great cat. So yeah, we're getting ready to roll.
Nice. That's fantastic. I mean, it's going to be very cool seeing you guys out again. Now, I ask everybody this question. It seems to go over pretty well. Just to get a little bit more of a feel of you and who you are. Your Mount Rushmore of guitar players. Who four would you put up there?
Oh, I get 4?
You can have 4.
Okay.
Unless you want 16, then we can have 16. Be like Mount Olympus of
my Mount Rushmore is Jeff Beck.
Oh yeah.
He was just so innovative, and he had so much character to his playing, and he wasn't afraid of mixing up tonalities, and it was just such an unpredictable player, to the point where I know I've seen him a few times, and each and every time he had me laughing and crying like within the same set. Wow. And I just adore his playing. I've got him in my playlist every day. So he would be my number one cat for sure.
Oh, easy. And you could see a resemblance in your playing with his, there's definitely a resemblance there.
Oh well, he's one of those guys where if I can steal directly from him, I'm like totally. I feel no shame about it. Like, oh my god, I'm doing that. And
Right.
there's a few things that I go back to that are distinctly his for sure.
Oh, absolutely. You have to. I mean,
Yeah.
he's he's a part of. He's been a part of you for your whole career, really. You
Yeah.
know. Oh,
Absolutely.
but
Absolutely.
now bands you're listening to. What are the bands you kind of have been listening to lately?
Well, what I've been listening to a lot lately is, I guess, what you'd call post rock. It's largely instrumental and it has a very cinematic feel. Um, Bands like, and the names. I mean, I don't. In fact, one of the bands called. Uh, oh my god, I have to look at my playlist
I know, right?
because they're long. They're like sentences. So,
Really?
but there's a band called Pillars. There's a band called Thrones. Um, and if you listen to it, it's not for everybody. Trust me.
Right.
Sometimes I'll put it on and people will be like, what is going on here? I think I'm going to go to sleep. But for me, it's very relaxing and it's very oh atmospheric. And
Right.
that's kind of what I want to jump into, as a side project to Hot Summers. Obviously, we're going to work on another record, but that's what I've been listening to lately a lot.
Hmm. And you know what? That helps. Not everybody. I don't listen to the same thing every day.
Yeah.
I jump around, and one day I'm listening to Dream Theater, one day and I even go as far as to listen to country every now and then, and I don't mind it because the lyrics and the writing is very well done.
Yeah.
Not now country, maybe '90s country, way back when that was really good. And there's days I just throw it on just to relax, and then there's other days you just want to be just upbeat and just power, and that's where rock comes in.
Yeah, most of the time I'm like jumping all the way through all my rock stations and I'll go to listen to a hockey station for a little bit and the next one is Y2K country, and it's
Yeah.
it's whether it's algorithms or whatever, whether it's people writing the songs. Yeah, some of them can hit you, I mean,
Yes.
it's just like a movie that you totally expect the ending, you're still going to have tears in your eyes, even
Dude.
though it's coming. So,
Right.
and that's kind of the thing, if it moves me and it makes me feel something, that's good music to me.
And that's exactly right. Sometimes we're in the mood to party and really not feel anything. Other times we want to sit and just listen to something and have it take over us and
Yeah.
get all the feelings. you
Yeah.
know. And instead, I could sit there and watch. I can watch Rocky every single time. I've watched it 100,000 times, and every time he says, "Yo, Adrian, I did it. I've got waterfalls," and the wife looks over and she's like, "Again?" I'm like, "Yeah." I mean,
I
it
know.
makes you relive that feeling of the first time you heard him say that, and it's like that just you
Yeah.
relive it. I mean,
Yeah.
you never something takes you over.
And there's nothing wrong with that. It's beautiful. It's a
Yeah,
beautiful thing.
you know.
And that's
So
what art is about, I mean, if I could create a song that did that to somebody, I'd be thrilled.
right, and you do, you
Oh,
do. You
thank
know, the hot summers. There's times you're turning it up and you're going, "Wow!" You got to rewind it because it's like, "Oh my god, I got to hear this again." And it's that kind of music,
you. Yeah.
where Shane's voice is so powerful and so good that it just goes right through you, and you're like, ah, and then you blend your guitar work, and it's almost like it's seamless between where his voice ends, your guitar picks up for the solo, and then you let down, and then his voice comes back in. It's just like with every single song, it's like a seamless transition. And
Yeah, well, thank you for saying that. It made it a little more difficult because it wasn't like we were all in the studio at the same time in the course of a same week or a month, and everything has like a consistent feel. Some of the drum
right,
tracks were done, years and years ago. Some of them were done recently. Obviously, different setups, and a lot of it was finished during the COVID debacle. So yeah, it was hard to make it sound coherent and cohesive, and hopefully we pulled that off. You
You
know, I
pulled
mean,
it off.
for me, I don't, and I've said this so many times, it sounds like a horrible cliche, but I don't finish songs. I just abandon them and let them live as they are, you know, and it's hard for me to do. I will work something into oblivion if I don't grab hold of myself. So that's kind of where this record is. I abandoned it at a point where I felt like it was good for me.
Right. You know, some artists say they have to set something over here, or they're gonna overdo it, and then you lose everything that you were, you know, that you can't find your way back.
Yeah. And that's why
And
it's great to have a producer. I mean, frankly, I would have loved to have had a producer, but there are so many intricacies and so much of what I did, you know, guitar wise, because maybe to, who knows, try to compensate for some of the spontaneity that wouldn't have been there in a session where we were all together.
right,
But regardless of that, I needed to orchestrate it. And I don't, you know, I could see a producer saying, well, you don't need this, and you don't need this, and let's just,
right.
and that's great too. But I couldn't have that on this record.
Now I hear artists say, you know, they'll do a lick, record a lick, and set it away, and then sometime down the road, 10 years later, they go, wait a minute, that lick, and they'll go and pull that lick, and now it works. 10 years ago, it didn't work with anything, but then, you know, 10 years later, it works perfectly with this idea I have.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't even want to think about all the minutes of phone voice memos I have of, you know, just riffs. And one of them ended up on this record, at least that I know
Nice.
of. So yeah, at some point down the line, all those have to be turned into songs somehow.
Right. And I'm sure you got a hell of a lot of songs somewhere sitting.
Yeah, more songs than time, that's for sure.
And that's the truth. I mean, really. Now, okay, wish you best of luck with the hot summers. Um, I hope you get out there soon. I was hoping they were going to announce the hot summers for the cruise this year, and I'm like, they were at Mountain, they killed it. They're going to put them on the cruise. They have to, and you know they didn't this year. But there's
Yeah,
always
I
next
was
year.
hoping for that too.
I mean, I think every band hopes for that. You know, they're like, we got to get on. And it's like they have places. So Larry, if you're listening, which I know Larry's listening, he's always watching. I know it.
Hi,
But
Larry.
hi,
See you at
Larry.
the skate tomorrow, brother.
But you know, hopefully, you know, he says, okay, last month we'll do five more bands, and the Hot Summers will be part of it. That would be excellent.
We
Or
would love.
at least get on the next Monsters on the Mountain, because, like I said, you guys killed it last time.
Thanks, brother.
Anybody is that the only show you guys have done so far?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is. So
Wow.
we need to get on the ball and get some shows going here.
Wow. So I feel pretty special. I was in the crowd for the first and only one so far, and it's like, dude, it was so. Dude, I can't get over. You know, you and Shane work so well together. I mean, you need to just keep doing this. Just keep it going. This is such a great project.
Yeah, we will. We have a great time playing together, and we fully expect to, you know, get some more shows out this summer. So
Cool.
we'll be there.
Anything else you want to get out there?
No, just follow us and stay in touch with us and let us know how you're doing and what you think. And yeah, hang out with the Hot Summers, man. We love to see you.
Right. And I'll put all your links up tomorrow in the group. I get all the Facebook links, YouTube, whatever it is, whatever I can find, websites, this and that, so that it's real easy for you guys to just click, go check it out. You have a merch site where they can buy the CD, or is it sold out?
Yeah, no, we just had to order some new ones. So
Good.
they're fresh and ready to go at thehotsummers.com.
Hotsummers.com. So, yep, we'll get all them links up tomorrow. So it's real easy for everybody to go do it. Keep up with them. Follow their Facebook pages. When they say they're coming near you, go see them. They have my seal of approval.
Yeah.
Bad at, I mean, and that's all you need, really. You need B-Rock seal of approval. Bam. They're
Buddy.
on rotation at the rock altar, so they're in there. You'll hear them. Guaranteed. Get this CD without even hearing it. Put it in your CD player, and you're gonna love it, and you're gonna thank me for it. It's
Thank you,
fresh,
brother.
new, and it's so good.
Oh,
I mean, and
shucks.
you already know it, or you wouldn't even put it on a CD. You know, hey, this is good. People are gonna enjoy this. You know that. Come on,
Right on.
right on. Well, thank you so much for being here. We'll leave with I'll play Alien. Said it right, didn't I? I keep screwing that up. I mean, I always want to.
You're good, brother. You are all good.
It is, but it's a great song. It showcases the guitar and Shane's vocals so seamlessly. I mean, I love it. Every song on this album is a really good song.
Thanks.
Go buy it. This is it. Bam. The Hot Summers. It's fantastic. I was gonna get you to sign this when I was on the Monsters Unbound, but I'm not one of them guys that was, hey man, can you sign this? I was like, I saw you wandering around. You was having a good time. I was like, Mick's having a blast here.
Dude, I'll send you one. No worries.
Oh, don't worry about that. People are all about signatures. I'm not.
you're my boy.
Most of the time, it's just a way to basically say hi and get the conversation started, and that's the only reason.
Absolutely.
But I wish this band the best. I wish you the best, Shane the best. The whole, I know you guys are. This thing's gonna go. It's gonna take off. I can't wait for the next record. I'm still enjoying the first one.
Right on.
And, but we'll leave with Alien, and hopefully see you out soon.
Yeah, hopefully I'll see you soon, brother.
Cool.
Thanks,
all right,
Mike.
Mick. Thank you so much.
Take care.
You too. All right. Gonna do Alien, one of the songs from the Hot Summers debut album. Bam. It's just called The Hot Summers. That's all you need. Just the name. Bam. It's good. It's great. I mean, I love it. And if I love it, you know you're going to love it because, I got good taste. I got such good taste in music. Y'all know this. Come on. But since we talked last, get this out of the way real quick. Since we talked last, the radio station, The Rock Altar, is now live. Links are up on the Rock Altar page, Facebook page. Links are up, Rockin' with B-Rock group. Click the link. It's free. The only person that pays is me to run it. That's it. You don't pay. Click the link. Music in your ears. Done. It is all your favorite bands, Motley Crue, Guns N' Roses, blah, 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 blah. All the big hits, yes. But deep cuts also. The things that other stations aren't playing. They don't think you need to hear. Bullshit. It's in there. Plus, bands like the Hot Summers, new bands in there. New music. As We Become Ghosts, American Jet Set, Gunshine, they're featured. Bands that you kind of forgot about. Sleaze Bees, the bands that, the other tier of bands, Sleaze Bees, Silent Rage, they're all in there. It is a great radio station, if you ask me. I have yet to find a better one. I'm just saying. I think it's great. Whoever's running this thing, fantastic. But, so just go check it out. If you haven't checked it out, it's growing. It's only been there 3 weeks, and already I'm watching. It's so cool that you guys are enjoying it. Thank you so much for listening to it. Makes it all worth it. So now, let's leave you with one last tune from the Hot Summers. This one's called Alien, and this is so good. I will see you. I don't have an interview scheduled yet, but I got one that I think it's coming up. I'll post it in the group once it's all solid and I got them locked down. But until next time, I'll see you on the radio. Just tune in. Boom. You're not going to hear me talking. You're just going to hear some great freaking music. All right. This one's called Alien from the Hot Summers. Other links will be up tomorrow. Check them out. Thank you for tuning in. Y'all have a great night. Have a great weekend. Just have fun. Later.